Describe your feelings in a crowd. I was hemmed in on all sides by human bodies. We were all sweaty and stuffy and I wished I could get out of there. It was Jane's idea. She wanted to see a Hindu fire-walking ceremony. So there we were at the Mariamman temple on a hot day surrounded by a few 100,000 people. If I had known it would be that crowded, I would have stayed at home and persuaded my lady to do the same. I looked across at her, she seemed not to mind the crowd. I wished I could walk out of there. I thought that would mean she would get mad, so I didn't. I could never handle an angry Jane. We were early and the ceremony was not due for another hour. We had come early in order to get a good place. Well, we got one right beside the fire pit and could see the pile of logs waiting to be lit. Jane looked pleased with herself and brandished her camera. I tried to smile and nodded. Then someone lighted the fire. Gradually the fire became bigger and now to add to the stuffiness, there was the heat from the fire. I looked at Jane, no sign of concern. She just donned dark glasses and started to take pictures of the fire, whatever that was for. Then some latecomers tried to push in nearer to the pit. I would gladly have allowed them, even paid them for it, because that would protect me from the heat. I looked around at the largely Indian crowd, the heat did not concern them at all. Even kids were standing in the front. What was it? Faith? Devotion? I wondered. Then someone started pushing and I felt myself being pushed forward. There was nothing I could do except bang into the restraining rope. Don't push, warned an authoritative voice and I turned round and saw a policeman addressing the crowd sternly. I whispered a prayer of thanks to whoever sent the policeman there at that time. I realized that I could not move at all. I had to get my handkerchief out of my pocket to wipe my sweat. I moved slowly and received a TCH from an irritated Indian miss who was pressed against me. I decided that I did not want to wipe my sweat after all. I turned and looked longingly behind me. The crowd was about 50 deep and I was right in front. I put out my hand to hold Jane's, for security. She shook me off. Then I realized that she was not being unromantic, just needed both hands to handle the camera. Then the firewalk started. There was a lot of pushing by people to get nearer. I had no choice, I pushed back. Anyway, I got a good view. In about half an hour the excitement was over. The crowd began to move back. I looked for my Jane. She had turned red from the heat, but wore a triumphant look. She had probably got a few good shots. I reached for her hand, then we walked to the sanctum to pay our respects to the goddess and then went in search of our footwear. As we stepped out of the temple, I heaved a sigh of relief. I took great gulps of the fresh cool air and realized that air had never tasted or felt so good. My shirt was wet and stuck to my skin and so was Jane's. I hate crowds.